Welcome back, guys. So I'm making an alternate top for a baby of a year old. So this is the length of my pattern paper on 11. So this will be the length of the blouse with allowance. So here I have about 14 inches, but I'm going to be trimming this because it is on fold. So I'll go ahead and reduce this to about 6.5 inches. So just watch what I'm going to be doing. So I'll take the measurement of what I actually need because this is actually too big for a year-old baby. So I'll be using my pencil to mark on 6.5 inches, which is actually perfect for what I'm going to be working with. So remember that my pattern paper is folded in two again. Now, having done this now, I'll just go ahead and connect this. So you can just go ahead and cut your paper that's 11 inches long, and then the wideness is about 6.5 inches, so you don't have any wastage on pattern paper, just like I had there. So guys, once you're done cutting now, we'll get right into the main thing. So just go ahead and trim this part. Alright, now as you can see, I have what I'm going to be using for this, and then I have the length as 11, like I said. So the length of this is actually 10 inches, but I'll be using 1 inch as the M allowance. Alright, so on that top now, I'll go ahead and mark 2.5 inches. So that is how wide the neck part will be. So 2.5 inch on that part, and then on this part now I'm going to be marking the chest line, which is on 5 inch. So that will serve as the chest line. Now I'm going to roll the chest line straight for us to see. I'm really sorry I'm using a pencil. I ran out of the marker, so I had to use this. Just go ahead and follow. Alright, so on this part as well, go ahead and mark that same 2.5 inch which I marked on the neckline. Then I'll connect it like this. I hope this is clear enough. So just connect the 2.5 inch to the other one you have on the chest line, just like as you can see me doing. Now this should be what you will have after you're done with that. So now what is left is just to give this a curve. So I'll be using my armhole curve to do this as well. You can use your hand to give this a curve as well. So just place this right, and then from that top of my pattern paper, I'll just connect it to the place I already marked as my chest line, which will serve as the armhole of this. So this is what it will look like once I'm done with that. So now what is left for me is to take all measurements I'm going to be needing. Now I'm going to input my waist measurement divided by 4. I'll mark this here. So you can use this for also a baby that is older than 1 inch. Just go ahead and take the measurement. So I'm going to be connecting it like this. So the chest line, what I have on the chest line will be what I'm going to be using as the chest measurement, which is 6.5. So I just reduced the waist by half an inch. Then I gave it a slant. Then I'll cut it out like this. So be careful to watch how I'm going to be cutting this out. Now I'll just cut the slanted part now. So guys, this is what it was looking like after I'm done cutting. Now I'll open this up for us to see. So this is what the front piece will look like. So I can actually use this to cut both the front and the back piece. So I'm going to bring my fabric now, and I'll be doing the cutting. Right, so I'll be using this animal print material to make this top. So I'll just fold it in two like this, as you can see me doing. Then I'll place my pattern paper on it. So I'll fold it back into two like this. Then I'll place it on it in the right direction. So you may want to use a pin to hold this down. If it's fine with you, you can go ahead and use a pin to hold this down. Then you give this a nice cut. So you want to take your time as well to cut this out gently, as slow as it can be, so that you have a nice result. Because what's the point washing actually? Alright, so go ahead and cut this part and then the hammer part as well. So guys, once I'm done cutting this, I will go ahead and use this again to cut another piece which will serve as my back piece. So that I'm going to have two of this now. Like I said, this pattern is going to be used to cut both the front and the back piece. So I'm done cutting the front piece. Now I'll just trim off the excess I have on that edge. So this is actually perfect now. As well, I'll set the pattern paper aside and then open it up. So this is what it looks like on my fabric. So I already added all the allowance I'm going to be needing on the pattern paper. That is why you see that I'm not adding any allowance on the fabric itself. Now I have it cut in two pieces like I said I would. Now so I'll set one aside for the front piece and then I'll be working on this for the back piece. So you can just pick any of the pieces for your back piece since they are both the same. So now we are going to be differentiating it now, because for the child to wear this, I'm not going to be using a zipper, but I'll just create an opening so that it is easier for the hair to enter. So for my opening, I'm going to be using 4 inch. So I'll just mark that 4 inch, use my hand to hold it down as you can see me doing. Then I will just go ahead and open this up. So make sure the shoulders tally before you cut this, so that you don't have the measurement different into two parts. So open it into equal halves like this, and don't forget the length is 4 inches. So this is what I have. So with this now, I'm going to be piping this part, or should I say I'll just use my bias to turn that part for the back. Now this is what the front piece looks like, and then this is what the back piece looks like, and then that is the difference between the front and the back piece. Also, I went ahead to cut tiny straps of pieces of about 1 inch. So I'm going to be using this to turn the hammer part. So I'm going to be using it as a bias. Then where you also saw that I made where you saw that I made a slant for the back piece, I'm going to be using that as well to turn that part. So this place is going to be for the turtleneck part of the outer neck top, or the neck part. So I have this a length of 14 inches. So I'll just move this for us to see what I'm saying. So this is 14 inches, and then the wideness is about 3 inches, exactly 3 inches. So I'm going to be using this for the neck. So it is going to be folded into two, so that I have about 1.5 inch, and then once I'm done with the allowance, I will have just 1 inch there. So I'll be using this also for the back piece, and then for this part right here, I'll be turning it as well with the 1 inch I already created as a bias.